I'm really starting to question my life choices lately. I mean, first with this whole crazy alien race tournament thing, and now the crazy green beam thing. I can't even. I can't even. What in the frozen four-banger are you?
Human, we are the quintesson. We are the judge and the jury.
You have been accused.
Accused of what?
And now must face trial.
In a competition of factions. Wind and freedom is granted.
Did Indy put you guys up to this?
Lose and face the consequences.
Is there a third option?
Go now. The tournament commences. We will be watching.
Oh, dude! I am so getting sick of this space travel bullshit. Whoa! What the? Those look like Transformers! At least they were kind enough to provide me a ride. Oh, and there's a rule book too. Awesome. Alright, let's see here. Race rules. Drivers will compete in groups of 4. Each race will last 4 runs, and drivers will switch positions each race. That makes sense. 2 Autobots and 2 Decepticons will race in each heat. Okay? Racers will collect points in each run. There's 1 point for each checkpoint crossed. 10 points for crossing the finish line, but 11 if you make it there first. And each heat is worth a maximum of 44 points. Alright, cool. Points accumulate in each round, and the overall winner is the racer with the most points after all rounds of competition. And the faction with the most points also claims victory for their allegiance. Alright. Well, this sounds very familiar. Although I guess my choice has been made for me. This car is definitely an Autobot.
Will Group 1 make their way to the start? That's Group 1 to the start. The race will begin momentarily.
Oh snap, it's starting now? How do I get myself into these situations? Okay, car, I don't know what your name is, but I guess we gotta go.
Officially, the name's Getaway.
Sweet, well, it's a pleasure to meet you, but we gotta go. They got driver's introduction starting.
Get in, shut up, and hold on. It's gonna be a fun ride.
Optimus Prime is the courageous leader of the Autobots. Transforming into a semi-truck, he blends physical strength with tactical intelligence and skill. Known for his selfishness and moral conviction, Optimus represents the ultimate hero. Bumblebee is an Autobot scout, recognized by his bright yellow paint job. He is a loyal Autobot and a trusted lieutenant to Optimus Prime. B is known for his immense bravery despite being smaller than many of his comrades, proving that courage is not measured by size. Beast War Megatron is the ruthless leader of the Decepticons. Built for combat, he is the archenemy of Optimus Prime and possesses a fierce, arrogant intelligence that is willing to stop at nothing to eliminate the Autobots and establish the new Cybertronian order. And Starscream. He is the ambitious air commander of the Decepticons and serves as Megatron's second-in-command. As a leader of the Seekers, he is one of the deadliest and fastest flyers. Despite his constant failures, Starscream often survives due to his usefulness to Megatron. The racers are lined up and ready to go, and as we pan to the start, we've got Optimus Prime on the inside and Starscream on the outside. Race 1 is underway! And we're go! Race 1 starts with Optimus Prime and Megatron getting into it right out of the gates. They pinch off Bumblebee and get into Starscream before the jump. Optimus Prime spins Megatron and turns him over, but unfortunately can't land the jump and gets in front of Bumblebee to block him from progressing any further. The Autobots will jump out to a quick lead as Bumblebee and Optimus Prime end up with 6 and 7 points, while Starscream and Megatron have to settle for 5. The racers will line back up for race 2, and you've got Starscream on the inside and Megatron on the outside. Optimus and Bumblebee are in the middle, and we are underway! And it looks like Megatron has given Starscream some orders as he takes out Optimus Prime just as the gate drops. Optimus Prime jackknifes and gets into the wall. Now it's a race between Bumblebee and Megatron as Bumblebee and Megatron come down over the jump. Bumblebee spins out Megatron and gets a clear shot to the finish line, but Megatron is not to be denied as he gets it backwards and comes back across the line for a good score of 10 points to add to the Decepticons total. And as we pan back up the course, Optimus and Starscream can only put up 2 and 3 points respectively. The racers will go back up to the start gate for race 3, and as we pan to the start, you can see Megatron on the inside and Bumblebee on the outside. Race 3 is now underway! The usefulness of Starscream as a shield for Megatron is obviously clear. He gets back into the side of Optimus Prime, jackknifing him again, but that leaves Bumblebee a clear run at the course. He hits the jump first and is chased vigorously by Megatron. Bumblebee will come across the line, followed by Megatron, who looks like he's trying to chomp him. That T-Rex with Ducky is definitely in hot pursuit. Bumblebee and Megatron will come in for big scores once again for their respective factions, while Starscream and Optimus Prime gotta settle for 4s. And as we head into race 4 of this opening group, you can see that Bumblebee's got the inside and Optimus Prime has the outside. How will things go? Race 4 is underway! The Decepticons in the middle of this group continue to execute their plan. As the gate drops, you can see that both Megatron gets in front of Bumblebee and Starscream goes right back after Optimus Prime. Bumblebee is checked up. Well, it's a tight race between Starscream and Optimus Prime, but Megatron comes down and gives Starscream a little bump to allow him to push Optimus Prime right into the berm. That is a truck and trailer both up in the air, while Starscream allows himself to get across the line and Bumblebee comes across for another big score. Looks like the Decepticons' plan was clear from the onset. Stop Optimus Prime from scoring at all costs. However, it looks like Bumblebee never got that memo.
The leaders and the first lieutenants of both the Decepticons and Autobots have raced and put up their first round scores. And for the duration of this tournament, we will keep tally of each faction's point totals. After race 1, the Autobots lead the Decepticons with a score of 61 to 57, and Bumblebee's your overall leader as he puts up 38 points to Megatron's 36.
Wheelie is a survivalist who spent years alone on the planet Quintessa. Developing a knack for living in hostile environments, he is famous for speaking exclusively in rhymes. Although often considered small and annoying, Wheelie is surprisingly brave in battle or racing. Getaway is a legendary Autobot power master and an unmatched escape artist. In addition to his tactical intelligence, Getaway is typically binary bonded to a Nebulon partner. However, this race sees him paired with a human. I'm sure everything will be fine and nothing will go wrong. Decepticon Berserker is an incredibly dangerous and mentally unstable Decepticon. Due to his extreme unpredictability and bloodlust, he is kept in maximum security and is described as a commando who tears his enemies to shreds. He is feared even among his own allies. And if things couldn't get any worse for the Autobots, Sharkticon Gnaw is a ravenous robotic enforcer created by the Quintessons. They may have a primitive intellect, but they will obey anyone who feeds them, and this time it just so happens the Decepticons have the good snacks. That is your Group 2 lineup, and as we go up to the start, we've got Getaway on the inside and Gnaw on the outside. Group 2 Race 1 is now underway! It's a fairly even start for all 4 contestants in Race 1 of Group 2. Berserker and Wheelie touch, but it's a tight group headed right for the jump. These Decepticons only race clean for so long before Wheelie gets underneath Berserker, and then you can see Getaway getting underneath the Sharkticon. Wheelie flips Berserker just before the jump, And then Getaway does the same thing with the Sharkticon. Unfortunately, they all check up and can get no further down the course than the 5 line. It looks like these Decepticons have met their match, as both Getaway and Wheelie have taken them to task. They've said no thank you to the interference and have landed on all fours while both the Sharkticon and Berserker are on their roofs. This race may be a battle of attrition, but we'll have to see as there's still 3 races to go. The racers are lined back up at the start for race 2 of Group 2, and Sharkticon is on the inside while Berserker's on the outside. The second race of Group 2 is underway! And it looks like in race 2, the Sharkticon got a great jump off the line. He actually gets away from the calamity that happens behind him as Wheelie, Berserker, and Getaway all get into each other. However, when we pan back up, it looks like Wheelie and Getaway all both get into Berserker to try and stop him from causing chaos. However, living up to his namesake, Getaway actually gets away and gets himself across the line very slowly, but still puts a big 10 points on the board for the Autobots, where Wheelie and Berserker unfortunately are caught up before the jump. The battle is far from over as we go into race 3 with Berserker on the inside and Wheelie on the outside. This is going to go down to the wire, folks, as race 3 is underway. Ooh, and that's a tough result for Berserker, as when the gate drops, he immediately puts himself into the guardrail and blows a tire, ending his race 3. Sharkticon Gnaw then gets into Getaway, who gets into Wheelie, and they all scrub their speed as they all go piling into the guardrail before the jump. Sharkticon Gnaw spins out, and Getaway crawls and gets a little assist from Wheelie to get at least another point out of this race. The Decepticons have continued with their dirty tactics in these races, but the Autobots have been able to hang in there and continue to put points on the board. How will the last race of Group 2 go? We'll go back up to the top of the hill for one last race. The races are lined up and Wheelie's on the inside, Getaway's on the outside. The final race of Group 2 is underway. And the Decepticon tactics are on full display, as when the gate drops, you can see Berserker gets into Wheelie and puts him into the guardrail, where the Sharkticon goes after Getaway as well. Wheelie does get underneath the Berserker and puts him up and over, and the Sharkticon just mistimes his attempt on Getaway. Getaway gets away and across the line for 11 points. That'll actually add a nice little chunk of points to the Autobot score. Sharkticon Gnaw can only put away 5, and Berserker and Wheelie will have to settle for 2s.
The way that the scores for these first 2 groups have gone has shown that there's no love lost between the Autobots and Decepticons. The Autobots have an 11-point lead over the Decepticons, as Getaway's 32 and Wheelie's 16 outscores the Sharkticons 26 and Berserker's 11.
Dude, you really came in clutch there.
Thank you for leaving the driving to me.
Maybe next time I could steer at least?
I'd rather fry my servos in battery acid.
Okay. Jeez, I was just asking. I kind of know a thing or two about racing, you know.
I've seen your stats.
You have?
I would have preferred an Arlo, or at least a numbskull, but as long as you keep your meat sticks off my controls, I'll make do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna snag me some energon cubes and watch the next race.
Meat sticks? That kind of hurts my feelings, bud. Wait, hey, can I at least watch with you? Not like I know anyone else around here.
What happens if the human progresses past round 1?
The knee and his escort will be dealt with accordingly. Intruder, identify yourself.
We had an agreement. Why did you come back?